Harris, the white establishment's public enemy number one. Fair use disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. The copyright laws of the United States recognizes a fair use of copyrighted content. Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act states, notwithstanding the provisions of Section 106 and 106A, the fair use of a copyrighted work, including such use by reproduction in copies of phonorecords or by any other means specified by that section for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research, is not an infringement of copyright. Content disclaimer reads, the views and opinions expressed in the media or comments on this channel are those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. This channel's owner claims no copyright to said content. The broadcaster of this channel cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. The broadcaster of this channel is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify, but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this channel. If you have a complaint about something or find your content is being used incorrectly, please contact the broadcaster prior to making a copyright claim. Any infringement was not done on purpose and will be rectified to all parties' satisfaction. Dear men of the white establishment, you are probably ignorant as to why you all are so triggered just thinking about the possibility of witnessing another epic moment in history. American history, no less. Y'all are triggered with having a woman at your top spot in the white establishment, a woman of African descent, no less. Now, before you become too emotional, I use the word ignorant to describe your group because many of you don't even know why you're hostile, bitter, and angry at what is the inevitable, the first Black woman becoming the next POTUS, and that's what ignorant means. It simply means not knowing. You don't know why you're upset. And I use the word establishment because, according to your Merriam-Webster dictionary, establishment means a group of social, economic, or political leaders who form a ruling class of a nation or a controlling group. Now, white men, I ask you, who wrote the Articles of the Confederation and Perpetual Union? Who wrote the Constitution of the United States? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Who wrote the Gettysburg Address? Who wrote the Emancipation Proclamation? From your history lessons, we know, well, I know, that white male landowners who also owned Black slaves were responsible for the first three, and a white man who denied his African ancestry wrote the last two. So wouldn't you, men of the white establishment, agree that due to those foundational documents specifically created from your white experience, set the tone for the America you established, despite the fact there were already natives on this land with their own cultures, their own ideologies, and their own religions and spirituality. Wouldn't we agree that when you all came, you wiped all that out and put these documents in there? Now back to why y'all are triggered about Kamala Harris as your next president of the United States. The first reason is cognitive dissonance. Many of you have been taught that Black people are loud, lazy, dumb, angry, always waiting for a handout, etc. However, the Kamala effect presents to you a calm, soft-spoken, intelligent, diplomatic leader, something you all aren't used to. And just in case you don't know what cognitive dissonance is, it's basically when a person comes across new information that goes against what they have been incorrectly taught, and it causes them what I call cognitive confusion, stressing the brain to reach some type of resolution to those mixed messages. The cognitive dissonance often leads to feelings of anger, bitterness, resentment, guilt, fear, and acting in violence. Does any of that sound familiar to you all? Does that sound like some of y'all's behaviors and responses? Because remember how you did Obama and his family, his innocent girls, his innocent wife for 8 years because he looked like Kamala. He didn't have any scandals. He didn't have any baby mamas. He wasn't on no drugs that we know of. He didn't have no back taxes. He didn't cheat on his wife. He didn't grab somebody by the hoo-ha. And yet, he was met with effigies, nooses, monkeys, continuing to question his birth. Right. This is what y'all did, the men from the white establishment. Another reason why you members of the white establishment are becoming unhinged at the Kamala effect is because she threatens y'all's pattern of playing live battleship with innocent lives for the purposes of entertainment, greed, gluttony for dominance or domination, and also ego boosting in the name of democracy. So y'all function through a primal or primitive lens due to your recessive, mutated genetic makeup, driving y'all to destroy everything and everybody because y'all don't know how to play nice with people, not even within your own group. Remember the Roman Etruscan Wars, the Sparta-Argos Wars, the First and Second Peloponnesian Wars, the Corinthian Wars, the First, Second, and Third Macedonian Wars, Caesar's invasion of Britain, the Gothic Wars, I think there were 4 of those, the Frankish Wars, I think there were 2 of those, the Croatian-Bulgarian Wars, all of these are before the 12th century, meaning y'all fought each other from the onset of your own existence, clearly demonstrating your lack of the ability to live peacefully with others. And I didn't even mention well-known battles or wars like the Anglo-French War from 1202 to 1214, the Prussian uprisings from 1242 to 1249, the Byzantine Civil War of 1321 to 1328, the 100 Years' War from 1337 to 1453, the Castilian War from 1366 to 1369, the Hungarian-Ottoman War from 1366 to 1526, the Austrian-Hungarian War from 1477 to 1488, the Habsburg-Ottoman Wars from 1521 to 1791. Now, I got exhausted just reciting the barbaric behaviors of your ancestors, which many of y'all genetically inherited. So I'll end this point like this. The Kamala effect makes you scared because she represents peace versus war, collaboration versus competition, conflict resolution versus chaos. With all that leadership, y'all wouldn't know what to do with yourselves and would probably become depressed with not having others to bully or occupy and control. And probably